Nobody tells you this, but reading tarot can be so draining. Let's talk about it. What's going on, y'all? Let's talk about why I stopped reading tarot on YouTube. Because I found out it's devilish. But no, in all seriousness, there can be bad and good in all things, just depending on what you use it for. Okay. But that is not what I subscribe to. Neither was that my experience, because I've heard and read the stories. I actually still read cards for myself when I really need an answer, and for family that knows that I read cards. And even with that, you have to be careful. Which leads me to the first reason of why I stopped reading tarot on YouTube. Number one, you can't and shouldn't read everybody's energy. So this is how I would do it. If I didn't know the person that I was reading for, I would or will go off of what I gathered verbally to pick up on the person's energy, or by meditation, or by dreams. And this will tell me in my spirit if I should or shouldn't read for this person. If I get good vibes, I'll read the person. If I don't get an answer right away, I'll wait for an answer. And once I do get an answer and the vibes are off, it's a HELL to the now for me, big dog. And that's simply due to psychic attacks. And listen, anybody got time for that? And again, this was for people that I knew personally that wanted readings on people they knew personally, which is why when I first started my YouTube channel, I vowed that I would not do readings for individual people. You have to be very careful with that because the energy can just be too much. And I know you got your tarot readers that can do these readings by the seat of their pants, back to back to back to back to back, which I would be leery of. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. And listen, I commend them for that. It's just not for me. And the reason why leads me to the next reason why I stopped reading tarot on YouTube. Number two, I hadn't learned how to release a high amount of energy. Once I was done reading all day for 12 signs, 30+ minute video, the things that I would do behind the scenes to get prepared for a reading. For my people who do this type of work, if you know, you know. By the time I had realized it, I was overly exhausted, tapped mentally, spiritually, physically, just drained. And this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Number three, I was so drained. I was dreading pulling cards for all 12 signs again. And I don't want to do my people that watch and subscribe to me like that, because when I do something, I'm giving it 110%. And if I can't give my all, I'm just not going to do it. Like, is it me? Or does no one tell you how draining reading tarot is? And it came last, but this was the final straw. Correction. I didn't know how draining reading other people's energy can be. And I'm all about protecting my peace. So if I ain't good for myself, I ain't good for my kids, and I ain't good for nobody else. And my kids need a happy mama. Okay. So ultimately, this is what did it for me. So I asked myself, what now, Octavia? Now what is your channel going to be about? Well, I came up with a bunch of things, right? Like, what about a beauty channel? I don't really get beautified like that unless it's a special occasion or I'm going out, and that's barely a monthly thing. So then I'm like, well, what about a nail channel? I am a licensed nail technician. I have owned a salon before. I'm about to get everything back up and going again, but I don't want to invade on my client's personal space like that. When you come to my shop, it's very peaceful, very mindful, very demure, and just a safe space where my ladies and fellas can come and get peace and quiet, and they ain't got to worry about a phone in their face. So then I'm like, what about candles? Because I do make candles and sell candles as well, but it's like once you learn how to make candles once, you pretty much got it. So then I'm like, what about vlogging? My personal space is very sacred to me. And honestly, I don't feel like my life is that interesting. So no. So I'm like, well, I do like to watch these TV shows and sitcoms and series. And I really be wanting to have someone to get into with about these TV shows instead of yelling at my TV because, you know, I ain't got no friends. And I like House of Dragon. I'm still upset about Game of Thrones, by the way. Yes, I'm that person. I like to read them on Power, American Horror Story, Silo. We can get into them Housewives, honey. P-Valley, Outlander for my Caucasian audience. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Ready to Love. A lot of the Netflix game shows and series like The Circle. Pissed off at Darian about that last episode, by the way, just to name a few. And I know the majority, if not all of my subscribers originally subscribed to me because of tarot. We got all the way up a little bit past 600 subscribers. Shout out to my day one. So if you don't stay, I completely understand. But I really, really, really would love it if y'all stayed and rocked this thing out with me. We're going to have some fun over here. We're going to get into these reviews. Y'all let me know in the comments what shows y'all want me to review. Let's get into this celebrity gossip and the BS they be having going on. We're going to kick this thing off next week with a new review on Reasonable Doubt. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will talk to you all on the next video. Bye!